Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Happy fall, y'all. I am so happy that fall is here. I'm looking forward to pumpkins, apples, cooler weather, decorations, our state fair, and of course, fall candles. This is my massive Bath & Body Works candle haul. This was actually the first video I ever filmed on my channel. A little less than a year ago, I filmed a fall haul, and I've been doing these kind of massive hauls ever since. Did one in winter, one in spring, and then semi-annual sale, and y'all really seem to enjoy them, and I really enjoy filming these collective type large hauls versus a bunch of smaller videos. It's just my personal preference. These are the candles that I've collected over the past couple of months. A good portion of these are exchanges from summer candles that I wasn't going to get to and didn't want to carry over to another year. Some of these are online purchases and some of these are in-store purchases using various sales and coupons to try to get the best deal possible. And it's amazing how quickly they amass into this large tower of candles. But at this point I am done, and with it being the first day of fall yesterday, I plan on starting to burn some of these babies very soon. Because I do have a large number of candles here, I'm not going to go into in-depth cold sniff reviews. I'm going to give you the scent notes and just quick thoughts on each candle. So if you'd like to see what I have here and hear my thoughts, let's get started. Alright, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. The first candle I have here is a Halloween candle. It is Vampire Blood. And look how cute this pattern is. If you can see, there's just these gray skulls on the entire wrap, which I think is kind of cute. And also what everyone has been raving about, which I love as well, is this spider web lid. I think it's very, very cute. The notes on this are blood red strawberry, midnight blooming jasmine, and dark Transylvania plum. This scent has been out in a hand soap for the past several years, and last year they had it as a mini candle. And so I had always wondered and hoped they would bring it out in a 3-wick, and this year they did. And I think they really delivered on this because I think a lot of people really wanted to see this scent, so I was really happy that they brought this out. On cold sniff, it smells spot on to the hand soap. Essentially, this is a somewhat sophisticated fruit punch scent. And I say sophisticated because of the plum note. I really like it. And if you like fruity type scents, I think that you really like this one too. The next one I have here is Spooky Sweets. And this is this really cute green wax with more of the little characters. I like how they've matched it in this really awesome chunky glitter lid. It is just so nice. This is Caramel Pumpkin Swirl, wickedly sweet caramel, creepy cloves, and dark sugar crystals. This scent is actually one that I would not have purchased had it not been in this packaging. It is a very caramel heavy, very sweet type scent. So if that is what you love, if you love those sweet bakery caramel scents for fall, then you would absolutely love this one. This is definitely proof that I'm susceptible to cute packaging just like any other consumer. And then the third candle in the Halloween collection is just Happy Halloween, and it is black wax with, again, these really cute characters. This is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, and it's Perfect Pumpkin, Black Cat's Clove, Ghostly Vanilla, and Batty Brown Sugar. I actually like Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. I like to burn one of them a year closer to actually Halloween. So I think this is actually perfect that they have it in this packaging. I know some people get tired of this scent. If you've never smelled Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, it is heavy cinnamon with pumpkin spice, and there's other kind of spices there, but it's definitely heavier on the cinnamon. To me, it's not red hot cinnamon. They do have a candle that is closer to that really red hot cinnamon, but it borders there. So if you don't like cinnamon, you're not going to like this. But burning, the cinnamon does tend to mellow out, at least in past years that I've burned this candle. I think as a trio, they look really cute together. You can definitely display these. And then the last Halloween packaging candle I have is Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. I think this is absolutely adorable. I'm not normally a huge fan of their quotable candles, but this packaging I really like because I love the dark black jar with this perfect Halloween orange. I just think it's actually really cute and I like it. This scent is Bourbon Sea Salt Caramel. This is barrel aged bourbon, soft caramel, and coarse sea salt. And this price point is $24.50. This candle was out in the blue and white packaging in summer, and I had that candle and I actually took it back because it was just too sweet for me at the time. And if this candle had been out in any of these other packagings, I wouldn't have picked it up, but I again got suckered into this cute packaging. This one is very heavy on that salted caramel note, different than Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, not as sweet as that candle because you do get that bourbon that kind of adds this depth and sort of cuts that sweetness a bit, but it's still, at least on cold snuff, a very sweet candle. Again, if you like your sweet scents, I think that you'd like this one. The next one I have is Hello Fall. This one is another quotable that I actually like the packaging. I like this kind of sponge painted font they've used here in the different fall colors. I think is actually really cute. And what's more appropriate scent to have as a Hello Fall candle than leaves? This is crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. The price point on this one is $24.50. I have leaves in a couple of different packagings, so I'll talk about the scent more then. I do think this is cute. And the next one I have here is leaves. So that I have 4 in this wood wraparound applique, which I think they're very cute actually. And leaves is the quintessential fall scent. You're going to see this 3 times. I just showed you Hello Fall. I have it here and then I have it down here. But can you ever get enough leaves in one year? I don't think so. To me, leaves is probably my number 1 quintessential fall scent. I absolutely adore it. In fact, I couldn't imagine fall without it. If you're watching this video, most likely you have smelled leaves, but if you haven't, I highly recommend it. The next one I have in this range is Bourbon Maple and this other wood grain pattern, which I think is very cute. The notes in this are barrel-aged bourbon, sugared amber, and maple wood. I almost didn't even smell this because I saw the maple and I thought, oh, that's going to be way too sweet for me. But I'm really glad I gave this a sniff. The bourbon and the woods note in this candle really cut the sweetness of that maple, and it does not come across overly sweet. This one is really lovely. You do get the sweetness from the maple, but that bourbon adds this sophistication, this kind of smoky, almost a little bit spicy note to it, and then the woods note really kind of grounds the whole scent, so it's actually really amazing, and I cannot wait to burn this one. If you typically stay away from super sweet scents like maple and caramel like I do, give this one a sniff because it really surprised me on cold. The next one I have is Vetiver Sandalwood. Again, I really like this packaging. The notes on this are vetiver grass, velvety sandalwood, and warm musk. This was another one that really surprised me because I thought it was going to be a cologne scent, very heavy, because typically vetiver is a masculine note, but this one surprised me also. I really love it. I don't think this one is going to be for your typical candle burner. This one is definitely a conceptual type scent. I would not say this is a cologne scent though, because I think the sandalwood balances out that vetiver and it actually becomes almost a unisex type scent, but it's very, very earthy. I get a soothing, calming vibe from this candle, and it definitely has that muskiness. So if you don't like kind of musky type candles and you don't like kind of hints of patchouli, and then this one probably won't be for you. But if you like more of a conceptual type scent and you like kind of unisex type scents, I think that you would like this one. I'm really looking forward to burning this one as well. And then the last one I have in this woods collection is Autumn Woods. Again, it's in this really cute pattern. Autumn Woods is dark walnut, English lavender, and white amber. This one was one I was on the fence about, and I still am. Most likely this will actually go back. This is a very masculine cologne type scent. It is that heavy woods note, and not the woods note that they use in some candles to kind of add some depth, but it is their cologne type woods note, which I typically cannot tolerate. If you like cologne type scents, I think you'd like this one. I think this one may be new, but to me, all of these cologne scents kind of tend to run together, so I'll leave it to your nose to make that decision. This will most likely be one that I take back though. The next one I have is Hello Sugar, which is warm apple pie. This is a returning scent from last year. I'm not a fan of this line of packaging. I just don't like it that much. I think there's so many different things they could have done with warm apple pie. I just don't like this packaging personally. The price point on these is $22.50, and the notes are baked Granny Smith apple, melted brown sugar, and flaky homemade crust. Some of these candles have a plain lid, and some of them have this eat dessert first lid. This is one of the most authentic apple pie scents that I've ever smelled. I think I said the same thing last year. When you open the jar, it feels like you could take a spoon and eat the apple pie out of it because it smells so authentic. You get that baked apple smell. You get the pie crust. If you've ever made homemade pie crust, you have butter in it, so you get that butteriness. You get the brown sugar. It just smells like an apple pie, a warm apple pie. It really does. It's amazing. The next one I have in this collection is Hey Honey, and this is honeyed pear. This one is warm poached pear, buttery caramel, and honey nectar. On cold sniff, I definitely get a lot of that honey note mixed with pretty decently authentic pear scent and some buttery caramel. So the scent notes to me are pretty spot on. On cold sniff, I actually like this one. It doesn't come across as overly sweet, but then when I started burning it, it just became really sweet for my nose. So I'll leave it at that. If you like really sweet scents, especially if you like the honey type notes, definitely give this one a try. Just be warned that at least when I burned it, it became too sweet for me personally. And then the next one I have is Life is Sweet. And this is actually vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. This is creamy vanilla, pumpkin spice, homemade marshmallow, and drizzled caramel. This is another returning favorite. This one is one that I can tolerate. It's not too sweet, but in the past I've had issues with it. It's not very strong. So it's definitely more of a bedroom scent. You get the pumpkin spice. You get a lot of that marshmallow and vanilla. So you do get some of the sweetness, but it's not overly sweet like caramel pumpkin swirl. And it's not as bakery and maybe not even as spicy as pumpkin cupcake. And the next one I have is Spice It Up Cinnamon Pretzel Twist. I feel like all of these are in the same range, but the writing is a little bit different. This one has this chalkboard-esque look to the labels. I do tend to prefer these labels a little more than the other ones. This is a new scent, and it is fresh ground cinnamon, soft homemade pretzel, and vanilla cream icing. I get the pretzel and I get the sweet cinnamon frosting, and I think it really comes alive a lot more on burning, but I'll save that for a warm review. I can say that I really do like this one, and I'm really glad to see Bath & Body Works kind of step out of the box and try something different, especially with pretzel. I don't find this one to be overly sweet, so I feel like it would be a winner for anyone who likes a little bit of a bakery but not too sweet. The next one I have is always a fall favorite, Hot Cocoa and Cream. This is another returning one from last year. This is decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, and mini marshmallow. It does really smell like a cup of hot cocoa. You definitely get that chocolate note. It's somewhat fake chocolate that you kind of get in candles, but I think the sweetness from the cream and the marshmallows really do balance it all out, and it definitely, especially on burning, smells very authentic, and this was a very strong candle. So if you typically don't like chocolate, still give this one a try, because again, it is one that kind of turned me into, I think I like chocolate candles now. And the last one I have in this packaging is Pumpkin Cupcake, the homemade goodness pumpkin cupcake. Again, not really a huge fan of this packaging. This is with buttercream, Madagascar vanilla, pumpkin spice, freshly baked cupcake. This is a returning favorite. I had neglected it for years. I just kind of chalked it up as another vanilla bakery candle, not my thing. Last year I got it and burned it and absolutely fell in love with it. That pumpkin spice really does come through, and it actually ended up being quite a strong, really good performing candle, and it was a perfect scent to kind of take me away from some of these heavier spicy candles that I was burning, and it was nice to get that bakery goodness. If you like cupcake type scents and vanilla bakery, add in some pumpkin spice, and this one is a great one, but it's not too sweet, so it's perfect for me. The next one I have here in the White Barn Core Collection is Peppered Plum. I've already burned this candle, and I've actually done an individual candle review. I'll leave the link to that below. Absolutely love this scent. It is sweet plum, fresh saffron spice, and black peppercorn. It is a sophisticated, complex scent. You get the sweetness from the plum, but then you get this depth and sophistication from the other notes. I highly recommend this one if you like complex, conceptual type blends, something very different. The next one I have is Cranberry Woods, another returning favorite. I really like the deep red that they've done here for this. It's perfect. This one is tart cranberry, cinnamon bark, forest cedar, and golden amber. This scent has been returned year after year. They've actually changed it. I think last year maybe was the start of the Cranberry Woods that I actually like. It is not heavy masculine. It doesn't have that heavy woods note. You definitely get that tart cranberry, and you get some spice. So it really comes across more as a cranberry cider drink versus like Cranberry Woods, where I would think it would be masculine. So if you used to have this scent from years ago, give it and you didn't like it, try it again, because it definitely has changed, and I actually prefer this version because I don't like that heavy woods note. But I love cranberry, especially in November, and I really would like to see them bring out more cranberry type scents in the future. The next one I have in the White Barn Core is Marshmallow Fireside. This one is a toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. It is the Marshmallow Fireside that we all know and love. You get the sweet marshmallow, and you get that fireside note. I absolutely love this scent, and it's definitely one that I burn closer when it actually starts getting cooler here, which is more into November and December. The next one I have is Cider Lane. This one is warm caramel, Granny Smith apple, dark brown sugar, and ground clove. The name's a little misleading because there's really nothing cider about it. It is an amazing caramel apple scent. You get the crisp apple and then that thick layer of caramel, and it's just wonderful. It's one of the best caramel apple scents I think I've ever smelled. So if you like caramel apple scents, I think you'd really love this one. And the last one I have in the White Barn Core collection, apologies for the lighting change, is spiced coconut milk. This one is warm toasted coconut, fresh cream, and ground nutmeg. A lot of people, including myself, thought this might be a repackage of pumpkin coconut, and I wished it was because I love pumpkin coconut, and they didn't bring that out this year. This is not a repackage of pumpkin coconut. I think the name is very applicable. It gets some of that coconut. You definitely like a coconut milk vibe, and I do get a lot of the nutmeg, so I get the spice part of this. There is some kind of odd note that I pick up. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's sort of maybe peppery. I'm not 100% sure about this one on cold snap. I am going to burn it because I have heard some people say that it kind of smells like a chai tea latte when they've actually burned it. So if that's the case, then that might be good. It's definitely different. If you like nutmeg, this one has a lot of nutmeg, and if you kind of like a coconut milk type scent and kind of want to try something different, then maybe give this one a sniff. But I don't really know if I can really recommend this one at this point. All right, I'm going to rearrange this a little bit so I can deal with this lighting, and we'll be right back. All right, this is much better. Last round of candles, guys, if you're still hanging in there. I ordered these online, and you see that I got last year's pumpkin lids. They're actually supposed to have, again, these herringbone lids on them. Pumpkin apple is, of course, red delicious apple, fall pumpkin, fresh ground cinnamon, and clove buds. It is one of my favorites that they bring out year after year. To me, it comes across, and it really always has, as just a really awesome apple cinnamon type scent. I don't necessarily get the pumpkin, but I get apple cinnamon, I get clove, I get all of that amazing smells from apple cinnamon, and I just absolutely love it. And I also have Marshmallow and Fireside. Again, I've already talked about this one, just a really great scent. And then I picked up leaves in this packaging, and it has the cute leaves on them. Then I also picked up Flannel. This one is crisp autumn air, bergamot, heirloom mahogany, and soft musk. I don't personally prefer Flannel, but my son absolutely loves this scent. This is one that he always enjoys burning, so I bought this for him. It is a masculine cologne type scent. You definitely get that bergamot and that mahogany. If you like cologne scents, I think a lot of people really love this, or like masculine scents. I think, of course, they bring it back every year, so it's very popular. It's just not for me personally. And then I have the sea salt and maple popcorn, which I was really happy to see come back. This one was out in the 2014 Artisan collection, and I absolutely loved it. This is essentially Summer Boardwalk without the apple. And in my opinion, removing the apple does change the scent quite a bit, especially when it's burning, because that salty popcorn and the maple caramel really do come through without that apple. So if you like Summer Boardwalk, though, I think you'd like this one. I love popcorn scent, so I love this one. I'm really happy to see they brought this one back. The next one I have here, and this is a new scent, is Harvest Pear. This one is sweet roasted pear, cinnamon sugar crumble, freshly whipped buttercream. The buttercream note is definitely prominent. You pick up a lot of that sweet buttercream, and then you do pick up this somewhat authentic pear note. And then I picked up Sweater Weather. This is an absolute favorite of mine every year. This one is fresh sage, juniper berry, aromatic eucalyptus, and fresh woods. It is such an amazing, fresh, crisp scent. Love this scent. If you know and love Sweater Weather, then you know that this is a must-have for every fall and winter. And if you've never smelled it and you like fresh, crisp type scents, I think this is about the only fresh scent that you're really going to get this year that doesn't turn into like a masculine cologne type scent. So absolutely love this Sweater Weather. It is a must-have for every fall and every winter. And last, but certainly not least, is Autumn, the other, in my opinion, quintessential fall scent that I must have every single year. This is bright red gala apple, juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf, and fir. I would also say that this is a fresher type scent because of that eucalyptus, and the fir balsam is not overpowering. It just adds this depth to this candle. Just such a beautiful scent. I love this scent. If you tend to like a little bit of a fresher scent, then you probably prefer Autumn over Leaves, because Leaves definitely has that thick, syrupy kind of a sweetness to it, and is really heavier on that apple, whereas this, you get that freshness, and it's just gorgeous. It's amazing. Again, a must-have every single fall. Absolutely love it. Alright, y'all, if y'all have hung around for this video, that is it. That is my massive, huge, insert appropriate adjective here, Bath & Body Works fall candle haul. I'm actually pretty happy with fall at Bath & Body Works this year. I do feel like they've done a pretty good job of giving new scents but also bringing back the returning favorites. And I feel like the packaging is probably my least favorite of the past several years. I feel like the packaging is not impressive like this line specifically. I'm not a huge fan of these labels, especially compared to last year's labels, which were just gorgeous. But as far as the scents, you have the returning classics, which can you imagine if they didn't bring back leaves or autumn or sweater weather one year? I mean, people would go nuts. Like, we have to have those. Pumpkin cupcake, we have to have those every year, right? So I also am happy with pepper plum and cinnamon pretzel twist and interested in harvest pear. So I feel like some of these new scents in bourbon maple are really nice additions to the returning classics. So overall, I'm quite happy. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. I've heard people say they're a little underwhelmed this year. Are you underwhelmed, or are you sort of more like me that you're pretty satisfied? Or are you really excited about this year's and you just feel like they hit the nail on the head? Let me know. I always love to hear from you. It's one of my favorite parts about any video, so please let me know in the comments below your thoughts. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.